Well, as you can see, the big Craftsman mower looks a lot different now, and that's because I've taken the Craftsman 190 cc engine, that's the cover to it, and have put it on this deck and cinched it up. And stay with me because we're going to try and get this thing running. And I wanted to show you what I had to go through once I got the engine off. I put it on here and I did the reverse of what I told you in taking the engine off, which is I put this. I did this while the deck was down. I've got a block there to kind of hold it up, so I reach underneath and get all the screws started, and then I bear down on them and get them tight. And I was a little worried about the shaft length being okay, but as you can see, it is within the edge of the deck. So there's one edge, there's the other edge, and the screw holding in is just barely above that. So that's probably because I've got this universal blade attachment, and that big Craftsman had a 22-inch blade, which was this one. Well, it was a beast. It was a big mower. That's a 22-inch blade. That's not going to fit on there because it's a 21-inch. That's a 21-inch deck, and so I got what's called a universal blade, and you can find these at Walmart or sometimes other places, but it comes with several attachments that make it universal. And this is one of the main ones that you need because this is a Craftsman. This is a spare one I have, but I can show you what I had to do to get this blade on. Because you can try and install this, but it's going to shake it, rattle and roll unless you really cinch it down, because this is what it looks like, see? So that's the adapter. Well, once this thing starts spinning with a lot of RPMs, this thing is going to move. And it's going to slide along there, so it's going to be shaken and really that's not what it's supposed to do. So you need to stabilize this in there by using the adapters that are included with that blade, which is that guy. Now he's going to want to fall out. All right. So I've got very thin pieces of masking tape on there, holding it in place right there. And so this is going to go like this on the mower. See? So if you have to take a 22-inch, an engine that had a 22-inch blade on it, you've got to find a 21-inch blade that will work, or get a 21-inch blade from the store with these adapters. But then you've got to be careful that you install it right. You use this correct center one, because they're different sizes. Make sure that you use the one that's a snug fit, see? I'll show you the difference. So there's that one. And then here is, for example, one of the other ones that is not correct. I think you can probably see that is a bigger hole. So you still have the same problem, which is this blade is going to want to move around. So you have to stabilize it by making sure you use the correct adapter that screw is going to fit snug with. And so that's on there now, and I'm afraid I've got this upside down. No, I don't. Okay, so that's on there, and I think what I'll do, I've got it cinched down, but I think what I'll do is get that tape off of there, because I don't really need it. It's pretty snug. Let's see if that's, well, that's a half. That's not gonna work. I need a, let me set this in the holster and we'll continue. Hang on a second, people. That's what we're working with right there. So I've got the blade, on there, but I don't really want that tape there. And I think I can slip it out now that I've got it flush enough to where this little piece I just showed you isn't gonna just fall out, because it sort of wants to. So I'm gonna loosen it a little bit more. See if I can slip this tape out now. I mean, you wouldn't think a little piece of tape would make a bunch of difference, but I just don't want that in there because it doesn't belong there. Let's see if it's, get it to slip out. Come on, you. Got it. Okay, got that side. Now I'm gonna try and get this side. Come on there, Mr. Tape. Okay. So the little piece has not fallen out, and now this blade, see, is going to be stable. It's not going to be sliding around on these open slots that's made to fit a variety of blade adapters. So I can now tighten this blade up, and I'll show you how to do that. Let me make sure the spark plug wire is off. It is. And you could use, I'm going to use my method. Now you can buy these blade stabilizers at Lowe's or whoever, and they clamp on the side, and that's fine. I made mine a long time ago, and it's a long screw with a spring on it, which helps it grab the side of the deck. So I still need my C-clamp, and this blade, since I tighten it, I'm going to go this way, to the right, righty-tighty, and this blade's going to come down and hit that little piece of 2x4. Now I'm going to put the C-clamp on the bottom. I'm going to put it up here because might hit the middle. So I want to get this on the bottom. Let me get my C-clamp open. Open. Okay, now I can center down. Hoping you guys can see that. Let me check the camera. Yeah, so you can see the block. And now, when the blade comes around, it's going to hit that. And this is not going to move because you're using leverage. The leverage is going to help you make this not move. It's going to be stable. So let me get a breaker bar. That'd be a good thing to tighten this with. Let me go on the other side so you can see good. You'll see the blade come around and hit that 2x4 when it starts getting snug. Almost there. Oh, there, okay. So it's hit the 2x4, and now we're going to tighten her up. All right, that's good and snug. All right, so to summarize, what we've done here is we've taken that big, powerful 190cc self-priming engine, high quality, heavy duty, and gotten it off the broken deck and putting it on this deck. And now this is going to become a push mower. It's not, there's no self-propelled anything, so you've got to have all 190 cc's going to cutting grass. And I've got the blade on there using the original adapter with the universal kit that you get when you buy this kind. Make sure it's got this little metal piece, so that's going to fit on that Craftsman adapter, you see. And then once you got that on there, then you put your universal blade on with that little insert. You got to have that insert for it to be stable. Okay, so that's where we are. Stay tuned. The next thing I'm going to do is be working on to get this thing running. I'm going to have to go into the carburetor because somebody's already been into it and didn't do it right, so I've got to correct all that. I encourage you to ask any questions you have. What I like to do is just have fun with you, and it's kind of like we're in the garage together working on this project, and we slowly go through it, we figure things out, and I show you what I've learned over repairing hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of push mowers over the last 10 years. I just work on Briggs & Stratton if I have my choice. Sometimes I get something in trade that I don't really want the engine on, like a Tecumseh. You know, Hondas are good, but I don't like to work on them because I just like to work on Briggs & Stratton because I have spare parts for those that I've saved, and I just like them. I just like the way they run. I like how they're made, and I'm a Briggs & Stratton fan. And I even like the modern carburetors. You'll hear people diss those, but not me. I think they're great. You just have to put the right kind of fuel in them and know what you're doing and keep them clean. So, all right, let me come around there. I'm going to sign off, and we're still working on Kimberly. I'm not sure which episode this is, but we're going to try and get her running.